Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a collective or general reading, and so just be aware parts may or may not resonate with you. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. If it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on back then in your life, that will give you further clarity as to your situation now. So we're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we do have, the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is representing someone who's disappointed about love, and generally this is romantic love, but it could also be like love of someone or someone else. It could also be about something you love to do or love to be. There's three cups here, saying that quite often this can be a situation where there was a third party involvement in a couple. Sometimes it can even be a fourth cup coming in the form of a baby that is outside of the couple. And we also have, or inside sometimes. This can also represent that this person has had three important relationships in love, and they just haven't worked out that well. He's been very disappointed. This can also be, there was like three strikes, you're out energy. Someone is asking, just give me one more chance. And he's saying, no, if it's more of the same old shift, I'm not interested. We have the Conception card here. So I do feel that there's a possibility of a pregnancy here. That it's weird, that energy has been coming in a lot of my readings lately, so it wants to come in, it comes in. It's the way it goes. And so this card, the Eight of Wands, is talking about a project being launched. Of course, one of the biggest projects you can launch would be an actual baby. My cat here, Stella, she's on she's on my lap and she's getting settled. Her job is to purr, so I don't know if you can hear her. I do have a noise cancelling mic, but her motor's going and she's got happy feet. So we're in good paws. A cat's paw raises the vibration to a healing vibration. So you do a good job, don't you? All right, that way if you get upset with the reading, yet you have healing at the same time from the cat. All right, you have to sit down though and be a good girl. You can't be like all over the place. All right, so this is talking about something being launched, a new project, some sort of new adventure, that kind of energy. The wands represent action, and the ultimate would be a gift of a baby. And we have the King of Cups coming in. So the King of Cups is sitting on his throne, and he is totally and completely calm, even though he's in the middle of all this chaotic water. And chaotic water in the tarot represents volatile emotions. So the King of Cups is sitting on his throne. He wants to offer a cup of love to someone, but he's waiting until the timing is right. When the King of Cups offers a cup of love, it generally is a very solid offer, very stable, because the King is the most emotionally available of all of the kings, the four kings in the deck. And this energy is saying that he is steady, someone that you can rely on. And now we have this energy of the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords can represent an energy of, shiftiness. This is the Shift Disturber card. It's talking about stirring the pot kind of energy. This can talk about, there's so many ways this card can be looked at. And I consider this a walking contradiction because it's hard to understand what this person's goal is here. He's planted two swords here. And the swords do represent thoughts. They represent thinking. They, control of your mind, having a disciplined mind or not. And also about your intellectual properties. And so this is talking about, this person is looking back at these two swords. He's looking over his shoulder. He's not looking where he's going, but he's moving forward. He's on tiptoe like he's being sneaky, but he's in broad daylight. So if this is a thief, he's a thief by day, not by night, which means that he's probably a white collar crime. If he's not a thief, why is he sneaking away with these swords? We're not quite sure. He might be trying to find a way to stop some fighting that's happening in the village. But why would he leave two there? It doesn't make sense. This could, the people could mistake that one of the other one had stolen the swords, and then they get in a big fight and there's weapons handy there. So it doesn't make sense. And this card doesn't make sense. And just the way he's carrying these swords is very dangerous. Like, who carries swords like that? These are super sharp. He's not looking where he's going. If he trips, what's going to happen here? It won't be good. So it's kind of if you're signing any contracts with this person, dot the I's and cross the T's. Whatever this person is doing, he's thinking outside the box, but I don't know. He doesn't seem to have his shift together. So the king is looking at this sneaky shift disturber and going, what are you up to? And the other king is also looking at it. Look at this. Both kings are looking at this shift disturber. And he's going to run right into the king on the water, like going right by the king and not even notice that the king has got his eye on him. Really, really interesting. So it appears like we have two kings here. One is the King of Cups and one is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is about passion. And the King of Wands is, he's considered to be the most sexy of all the kings in the tarot. He is the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers, because he's charming and he says all the right things. He's very passionate, and he's a lot of fun. He has a lot, he has a lot of visionary energy. He loves a new challenge. He loves to look into the future and find better ways of doing shift. And he's a very intelligent, passionate person, enthusiastic about life. So he represents the element of fire. His wand is made of wood, and this represents from a tree the ancestors and their deep roots, as well as the offshoots, which are the descendants. And so this is also in the back of his throne here. We can see that there is these salamanders in a circle, and then there's this lion here, and there's a little salamander running here. All of the cards of the wands, the royalty ones, the face ones have these symbols of the salamander and the lion kind of energy on their tunics or whatever, except for the queen. But the male figures all have this protection from fire symbol. What I noticed a while back is that there's almost like a face here where there's two eyes and a nose, and there's smoke coming out of the nose and out of the mouth. And so this could be just, hey, the king is smoking hot, or he is, where there's smoke, there's fire. He has a tendency, as I said, to be visionary. So he's always looking into the future. And so sometimes he has kind of a roving eye when it comes to matters of romance. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is talking about some information coming in. The knights would work for the king and the queen and the rest of the court, and they would deliver messages far and wide. This energy is talking about, the pentacle. Pentacles in tarot represent health, wealth, happiness, in the energy of the third dimensional world. They actually represent lifestyle, even though they're featured with a coin. Coin, of course, money is a very big part of lifestyle when you're in the third dimensional world. But you could have all the money in the world and you still would not necessarily be living the lifestyle that you want to live. And this energy of the Knight of Pentacles, he's the slowest moving knight out of all of them. So you could wait a long time for the information to come in. But the good news is when he does come in with the information, it's usually well thought out, and it can be a real solid offer. Quite often this pentacle can represent a legacy of wealth, like generational wealth that can be passed down from, to your children and your children's children. So he's looking for what's the next fastest path to go. But he might sit there for half a day having a board meeting with himself. So we don't know when he will come in with the information. And sometimes the problem with this is sometimes when he does come in, it's too late. So this energy, in the old days, of course, he would show up in person. But these days, communication from the knights could be in the form of a letter in the mail. It could be an email, a phone call, a text message. It could be a message that you see on social media. Also, you know, an event that comes up on advertised on social media that you go to, and then you bump into someone that has the information that you need, or has an idea that, or someone that wants to invest in your idea, or you want to invest in theirs, that kind of energy collaboration. And it could also just be something that you see on the news, and, you know, whatever happens in the news at the top, usually that has effect on everybody below. So you can, sometimes it's information coming in that way. The World is a card that's saying that a cycle is ending. When the Fool goes on his journey in the Major Arcana, he starts at the 0 point, and the very last card is the World. It's card 21, and this represents, okay, you've come to the end of the cycle. You've achieved everything that you can in this cycle. This cycle is now coming to an end, and you're going to begin a new cycle. Some people, when they embark on a cycle, they stay in the cycle sometimes almost for their entire life or their whole life. Other people go through cycles very quickly, depending on their character and the events that life has to offer. Basically, we have a card of reconciliation here. So this card of reconciliation implies that there needs to be forgiveness, because forgiveness paves the way for reconciliation. Having said that, forgiveness, you can forgive someone and not want to reconcile with them. So forgiveness doesn't automatically mean reconciliation. Forgiveness means kind of that you are forgiving someone, and that is the energy for yourself. When you choose to forgive someone and yourself, because you were part of the equation, what happens is you turn over whatever it was to the person, the burden of that, to the person that actually committed whatever they did. It's not saying, forgiveness is not saying that you condone their actions or that you want to hang out with them anymore. It just means, okay, I'm letting it go from myself. And but if you choose to reconcile, this card sometimes talks about that. Sometimes this card can just talk about the past coming back, any unfinished business. At this time, as I'm doing this reading, we're right in the middle of, it's the blood moon night. It's a very big eclipse energy with the moon. And this is in Virgo energy, and Virgo is actually ruled by Mercury, and Mercury just went retrograde on the 26th of February. Mercury will be retrograde until the 20th of March, and this energy, from the perspective of the Earth, it looks like the planet is going backwards, and so it quite often can create problems with communication and technology. And you might have felt that already. I certainly have had my fair share of technological issues with my HVAC system. There was nothing seriously wrong with it, but it was to find someone that could figure out what to do. And it was very simple in the end to fix it. And actually it was good, because I was able to communicate this to others who now don't have to go through the same thing. And so, but that it took 3 days instead of like a couple hours like I would thought. That's just a typical kind of energy that happens, where all of a sudden something malfunctions, and then it's hard to reach people that have the information. It's that kind of energy. Having said that, it's a perfect time in the retrograde season to go back and learn from your mistakes, and also make plans for something that you already have put into action. And it can be a really good time for reviving old projects that you put on the shelf, and with a plan to bring them out again. So this energy is really strong for that. Right now, as I'm doing this reading, it'll be the blood moon is tonight. The blood moon is called that because it's an eclipse of a lunar eclipse, and it's a full, excuse me, a full moon lunar eclipse. And what happens is the rays from the sun are blocking out the moon for a short time, like our view of it, and so the clear view of it, and so the moon actually turns kind of a red color, and it's supposed to be quite extravagant tonight and something extraordinary to see. So if you weren't aware of that, take a peek outside and see if you can see it. This energy, though, of reconciliation can also be reconciliation with with childhood, with your inner child. I don't know why all of a sudden, I don't have a cough or anything. I don't know why my throat is closing up, but it is. So someone from the past, I feel like some energy coming in around that. This could be, this could be reconciliation within yourself, with your inner child. So it could be talking about something that you haven't faced and now it's coming up. That's a common thing that happens with the retrograde season as well. And you know, when you face those things, and it opens doors to move forward in a stronger way. The Six of Cups here, when you first look at this card, you see, looks like two children are playing and someone's watching over them, and they're playing with these potted plants. But then when you look again, you realize this is a gnome and this is a little woman. And this little woman looks like she's like very young from this angle, but from this angle she looks like an old hag. And she is wearing a white mitt, which represents an energy of not wanting to get her hands dirty. The flowers in these pots are the white flowers in tarot represent innocence, but these flowers are not innocent because they come from the nightshade family, and it's called, this plant, it's called Datra, and it's actually called there's a nickname for it. I can't remember what it is right now. It'll come to me. But in any case, Datra is sometimes used by shamans to induce visions in ceremony. They know the perfect dose. They've been doing it for centuries and have an understanding of it. But you would never let small children play with this or have it around pets, because if small children and pets ingest this, it could make them very, very ill. And then you also notice that the person that was watching over them is actually walking away, which is okay because they're not children after all. But this woman with the two faces actually represents a younger version of herself and the older version, where when she was younger, she would have accepted this pot of flowers just to be polite. You know, someone that wants to people please. But the old hag version is like saying, no, and she's starting to walk away already. We're not accepting those flowers from you. Maybe she's smart enough to even know that, hey, those are poisonous. So then this energy comes in. This is talking about competition. So immature competition. The Five of Wands is my card of like the mean girls card. You know, it's like narcissistic cheerleaders who are watching the other teams at a competition, and they can see that this one team clearly is the winner because they're very, very good, but they don't want them to win, and they'll do anything to win. And if they don't succeed, their mothers will make sure that they do. So it's an energy of immature competition because they haven't realized as of yet that the best thing that you can do with competition is learn from it. And so really, when you're up against anyone or anything, whether that's in a team or as an individual, you're really competing with yourself, with the last best version of yourself that just did whatever it was. If you can become 1% better every time you do something, eventually you're going to be like very, very stand out and be very, very good at it. And you can learn from the competition rather than, you know, feeling like, I mean, it's a lot more fun to win, but you don't have to, you know, there's no point in, you may as well learn from the competition is what I'm saying. We have the Emperor here. So the Emperor is all four kings. He has the qualities of all four kings from the minor arcana rolled into one person. This is through life experience and, you know, the qualities. So we already have the King of Cups and the King of Wands here. So I feel like when a lot of kings come in with the Emperor, quite sometimes what it's talking about is the Emperor's journey, and this is all one person. And this one person, it's talking about how he's learning to be in this energy of the Emperor. So he has the qualities of the King of Wands, he has the qualities of the King of Cups. He still needs to learn better discernment to become an to become an emperor. And also he needs to have, what are we missing? The pentacles. So yes, having more ability to bring the pentacles in. Now, what's interesting is that still that these two kings are really looking at this energy here. And I feel it's significant, but and it's something about an energy about pentacles coming in. Also, we don't have anything about love here except for this reconciliation. So I'm not quite sure, but there is some sort of disappointment in love. And this could represent like, if there has been a baby conceived, is it like, you know, one of these two men whose partner was cheating? And now they're wondering who is the one that snuck away. You know what I'm saying? That kind of energy. We'll see. And so the Emperor is all about performance. He's sitting on his throne and he's ready to tackle any project at any minute. If he is very high up in whatever he does. So if he owns a company, he's the CEO. He's the CEO, and it's a larger corporation. If he is, or a foundation or something like that. If he is, you know, into research, he's going to be at the top of that. If he's into real estate or that kind of energy, he would be like someone that's a top developer. You know, and that it's that kind of energy, someone who's very good at business and also has a good strong hold on his emotions, like the King of Cups. So this is someone that a lot of people will go to for advice. He could be also, you know, a politician at the very top. You know, it would be like he could actually be an emperor, a king, or a president or prime minister, and actually running a country. That's the kind of energy we have here at the top of his game, and like the epitome of an alpha male. We have now, like, it's looking like this bottom row. I'm building a pyramid here, and this bottom row is like what's kind of basically going on here, and the tools that you have to get through it. Now this is the obstacles that you're facing. So there's some immature competition, and you just ended a cycle, and there is something about the past coming in. So that's coming up here. And then we have the very first card in the new cycle when a fool goes on their journey is the Magician. So the Magician is standing here with a bench with all the tools that you need on it. He has infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond to bring what came from the heavens down to earth. This can also represent your thoughts and like ideas that you have, and being able to bring them down and create a beautiful garden on planet Earth. He, at this time also, like he has an Ouroboros around his waist, and the Ouroboros is like a snake biting its tail, and it represents not getting caught in the same old loop. But we just moved out of, on the 17th of February, we just moved out of the year of the snake into the year of the fiery horse energy. So it's also kind of representing that, you know, shedding your skin and getting into this new energy that you just, because the cycle ended and began here. It's interesting though, because the cycle ended with something from the past coming back into this energy. And so, and the Magician is sitting on the King of Wands and this energy of the Pentacles. He's actually pointing to the Pentacle, to the information about these Pentacles. So we'll see what that is after. All right, we have here the 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is representing, well, you can see it's not a good situation. It's talking about some sort of sabotage that happened here. And look, it's right on the shift disturber, walking contradiction energy. So, and in between these two kings, again, it's coming up. So it's talking about an energy where there was a lot of thought put in to take this person down on the ground here. And so this is representing, it could be like a decade of energy here, of of this person being stabbed in the back and then left unalive, or in the hopes that he would become unalive. But this person has their hand in the form of a blessing, which is the same as the Hierophant. And so this is talking about, this energy could be a blessing in disguise. This isn't a small amount of effort that was put into this. This is an energy of, you know, at least it could be 10 people, or 10 years, as I said, from the same person, or 10 times that someone has stabbed this person in the back. And it also could be an energy of like 10 groups of people, even depending on, you know, what is this person's position. Is this the Emperor energy, or one of the kings doing, you know, or is this the shift disturber? Is one of these, you know, we don't know yet. It's hard to tell yet. There's not enough information coming in. We do have this energy of the eclipse season right here, right now, of the eclipse tonight. And we did have an eclipse also on the 17th of February, the day that we moved into the year of the fiery horse. There also was an eclipse that night also. So we're really in this eclipse season, and at the same time we're in this energy of you know, of Mercury going retrograde, so communication can be a little bit garbled, and it's very common for people from the past to come in during this time frame, and the eclipse season with that energy combined makes it a really bad time to do and to make impulsive moves. It's a time when you really need to do your research and look into what you're, you know, if you're signing any contracts or anything like that, you really want to take a look at. Make sure that everything's in order. We have the Chariot coming in. So whatever all this information, this energy is about, it's starting to come, it's already on the spiritual realm, it's moving. And this is saying that, I feel like this is the Emperor energy is on his journey, and he's on his destined path. So I feel like that rules out the Emperor being the Emperor could have been sabotaged by a lot of people, but the Emperor is on his destined path, so he's not this sneaky energy. Now, one of these kings, or both these kings, could be the sneaky energy that was behind this energy, or some of the people that, you know, that were behind the energy here. But I would say the Emperor is on his path, and he is on his destined path. And so the Chariot represents it's already happening in the spiritual realm. And this card represents, like, you notice there's no reins here. This is just like this Chariot energy is like a tank. It's just like dum, 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 dum. It'll run over what it has to for the Emperor to get to where he needs to go to be on his destined path. This is driven by God. There's no need for reins as long as you stay on your path. This is something that you are meant to do while you were on the planet here, and it's time. It's saying it's time. And this can also represent karma coming in, and it can be redemption from karma, or creating karma, clearing the karma of this energy here, that justice is coming in. And, you know, a lot of times people think karma is punishment, but karma is actually cause and effect from your actions or inactions. So depending on what your actions or inactions are, that would depend on what kind of energy comes in with this karma. We have a transition happening here. So this energy is saying, this is talking about the end of this cycle of the Emperor being sabotaged by anyone. See how it ended here? Remember, we have an end of a cycle here. And the Magician is still pointing to this energy here. Like when this information comes in about the Pentacle, that the Emperor has been waiting for, I feel, for information coming in about some Pentacles. And he's waiting, and when he gets that information, this competition up to here, it looks, see how the immature competition is here? It looks like it's someone from the past. And this is the overriding energy of, so this could be anyone's energy, this disappointment in love energy. So I feel like there's something about these two working with this energy now, causing sabotage to the Emperor. The Emperor is on his destined path, and there's going to be a transition happening now. And I feel like that energy started coming in on the New Year energy, because we have a horse here. And so the Death card, a lot of people get afraid of this card, but it's actually saying that there's a major transition happening here. The karma is being distributed, basically, or will be very soon. And this is talking again about a death and a rebirth. That's what this card is about. It rarely means an actual physical death. What it means is like, it can be death of systems, you know, and we're seeing that right now in the world. Like we're seeing in the UK, we're seeing the monarchy for the first time in like 3 centuries, basically, that a member of the royal family has been arrested. And in the past, when they have been arrested, it's usually been on a minor, you know, something minor. And this is like a major, it's shaking the foundation of the monarchy. And we also see now we have this situation in Iran where United States has declared war against Iran with Israel. And we have this a lot of shakeups around the world right now with the Epstein files, and we just had like, you know, we actually had you know, where all of these files coming out. There's 3 million like different documents to go through, and the more that people read them, the worse like the worse the energy gets. But the good news is there is some justice coming out. There is some light at the end of the tunnel. But this is talking not just about, you know, a personal situation. This is talking about what's happening in the earth right now. And this blood moon energy of this eclipse is very significant in regard to that. It's holding a pretty large impact. And the thing is that this energy will stay with us for about 6 months here. And so we're just entering this phase as a planet, I feel. And this is talking about, this energy is going to be around for a while. So we need to buckle up, you know, take a deep breath and buckle up, because it's going to be quite the ride on planet Earth. We do have the moon coming in, and this is the moon tonight. We have this blood moon coming in. It's also the eclipse. It's in the sign of Virgo. Virgo is like, clean up your energy, make sure that your domestic life is supporting your working life, and your working life is supporting your domestic life. Make sure that you have like the Virgo energy, cleanliness is next to godliness. And also if you want to have analytical critique regarding any project that you're on, ask Virgos. They are very good at analytical critique. They can immediately see what's out of order, and they just are good at that. They're good at putting things back in order and being able to see when something's out of order, exactly where it is and how you can change that. The problem with the Virgo energy is it can be, analytical critique can turn into anal criticism. It's a fine line. So they're first and foremost that way with themselves, but then they tend to bring that into the energy. So it can be an energy, it can be quite heavy of really being upset with yourself about the way things are going, and not maybe realizing that maybe this energy that's coming in, it's worldwide. Like, look at what's happening in the planet right now. It's chaos. It's chaos. And so this lobster is climbing out of this water, and the emotional water, again, it represents chaos and real volatile emotions. And this lobster's got to have the courage to get through this path here. And he's got to pass by this domestic dog and this wolf, and they're both howling at the moon. So he's hoping he can get by without them noticing, and that they'll keep focused on the moon here, because he wants to get on his path, and he's summoning his courage to get up there and, you know, go by them. Now this is talking about you having the courage to stay on your path between these two pillars. and be like, not be too domestic, so you don't ever take any risks and get anything achieved. And also not taking a walk on your wild side so far that you get way off your path. And so this is staying on the path, and we have this eclipse energy. We have the sun, we have the full moon, and we have the partial moon, and that's it representing also the eclipse energy that we've had happening in the last, since the 17th of February. Some very significant energies have happened on other dates where there was eclipses in the same energy. If you want to know more about that, I just did a reading for each of the horoscope signs, talking about this eclipse energy, both the new moon one and the full moon one. And that's on my playlist on my channel. You can go to the new moon, full moon, and it will tell you more about that. We have the tower coming in. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of towers right now. It very like a lot of the surrounding countries around Iran now. In the I haven't had a lot of time to look at the news, but a lot of them have been feeling like they're being hit hard here as well now, and so this energy, of course, is really challenging for a lot of people. We have the tower here. In Mexico, we had a situation where a lot of Canadians, I think they're able to get home now. And now, if I saw it correctly, there was some sort of an accident on one of the tour buses from a flight that just landed from Canada into, I think it was the Dominican Republic. And there was actually fatalities in this bus crash, and the bus was on the way from the airport picking up these new people to take them to their hotel. So I haven't heard what's happened there. It's like that kind of energy is happening, it's just a feeling that the planet isn't a safe place to be. Having said that, this energy, you have to take a deep breath and realize that, information is pouring in very quickly at this time. And because we have access to information so quickly, a lot of these things were happening before, but we just weren't aware of them as we are now. But the tower, then that's kind of what the tower is talking about, the universe will try and communicate with us. And if we don't listen, then it gets louder and louder. And the energy here, when the tower hits, is the universe has been whispering, hey, you might want to take a look at that, but you don't. So then it takes out the frying pan, whacks you over the head with it, and you're like, ouch. Yeah, I'll take care of that next week, but you don't. And then the 2x4 comes out and you still don't. So now lightning has to hit your tower of your castle, and it's on fire, and one person's falling out, or both people are falling out. One's in shock, like totally shocked, and the other one is kind of like, I kind of figured this might happen kind of energy. So when this is a reality check, it's when people are not paying attention to what's going on in their lives and in the big picture around the world, and it's now coming back. In this do you notice it now? It's that kind of energy. We have this Knight of Wands is representing the Knights again, as I said, delivering information. The Knight of Wands is, his element is, of course, the fire. And this is talking about passion. This is exactly the energy that I talked about, or maybe I didn't talk about that with the fire horse energy. The fire horse energy is very free-spirited. It's very passionate. When it comes to love, it's about passionate and heartfelt. Horses are all, they have a lot of heart. The danger with this is that it makes people want to set very high goals without giving themselves enough time to get it done. And so there can be a lot of burnout here, and also from the stress of everything going on in the world right now, it can really add up to a lot of stress, and you could get burnt out to the point where you don't cross the finish line. And so this is saying he has this big red plume on the back of his helmet here. And it's saying that, he is a hothead, but he's learned to rein his emotions in. And that's why this is again talking about his love of adventure and, new. So this new fiery horse energy is about the new, and the horses are coming up here with the energy of this eclipse. If you want to know more about the fire horse energy, that's on another playlist on my channel, and I did a reading for each, for month by month for each sign, with how the fire horse energy might affect your sign. So you might, if you want to take a look at that, that's also on a separate playlist there. We have the King of Swords energy coming in. So now we have 3 kings. I feel like this energy, it's hard to say now that I feel like this emperor might be separate from these kings, and these kings might all be involved, just because we have so many countries involved right now around the world. Like, it's so many people in charge with different opinions. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up, that more this emperor is actually an emperor, and this is his journey, and this is the energy coming in that is, you know, trying to stop this emperor from doing whatever the emperor is determined to get done here. The emperor is on his designated path, though. So the King of Swords energy is someone that would earn their living in a profession where they're using their words, their thoughts to earn their living. This could easily represent someone that is like a politician. So again, someone who, a leader of a country. And that's the kind of energy I feel is here, is we have a bunch of leaders and we're seeing that on the news where they're all talking about what's happening in the world right now, and they don't all agree for sure. And this energy here is talking about, you know, the sword is a double-edged sword. And so this is talking about having to use your intuition as well as your logic to be able to come to creative solutions to solve these major issues we're facing on the world today. The King of Swords is very much aware that words can be used as weapons, and words can also be used to uplift people. And so this is talking again about that double-edged sword, and it's talking about the energy of, you know, the king also understands that, you know, talk is cheap and action speaks louder than words. And so we're seeing a lot of that energy as well. This would be someone that would definitely be, you know, like it could be politician energy, as we're seeing here. It could represent a surgeon, because they have the sword here. These would all be people that are very high up in their field. This could be talking about, you know, the Supreme Court judges, the legal energy, you know, like the lawyers, prosecutors, people that are very high up. We just had, I'm not sure, like they were the congressional committee interviewing the past president of the United States and the First Lady. There's all this weird, wild energy out there. So it's like there's a lot of that, a lot of talk happening, political talk, legal talk, that kind of energy. So this would be someone that is respected in and they're higher up in that legal system, that kind of energy, a judge, a Supreme Court judge, and also it could be influencers, influencers on the web right now. Like there's so much of in the social media, there's a lot of influencers trying to influence the way things are happening or trying to make sense of it. There's a lot going on in the planet right now. We do have the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands represents someone like that is ready to make a move, someone moving forward in a different way. This water here is yellow because the sun is shining on it, but it almost looks like sand, but it is actually water because ships are sailing on it. This person is ready to jump on one of them babies and go on an adventure and get away from what's going on now. This can talk about someone who's like on the edge of something, of making a decision to take an action. He's got his right hand on this wand. For me, a lot of times this can represent someone that was in a relationship with another person. And I guess in this energy, it could also be in a relationship with another country. you know, that kind of energy, and is ready to take action in a different way. So this would be like if this person is a part of a couple, now they've decided they want to be single, because we have this disappointment in love energy here that I haven't forgotten about, but there's really not a whole lot of energy. The only cups here are these ones that are saying this is what the whole reading is about, and this energy from the past and the King of Cups here. I do feel that there could have been a baby coming in somewhere here from some of this energy. Let's see, we'll keep going and see if we can figure out what this is about. We have the Two of Swords coming in. The Two of Swords is talking about an energy of having a closed mind, possibly only being able to see two ways to get out of a situation, either this or that. The energy is here is leaking energy from the bottom of the body with the feet turned out, and the arms are crossed over the heart. So this is protecting the heart. It could be about this energy here, trying to come to a decision about a relationship and whether or not to move on from it. There is obviously more than just this or that ways to solve a problem, but this person is blindfolded so they can only see two ways. This can also represent someone going in and listening to their intuition. It has the moon in the background here, so that they could come to a creative solution for this problem. So it could be working both ways, and that's the energy. They haven't decided yet, but I feel that this person is ready to take action as soon as he figures out exactly how to go about doing it. The Sun is coming in here. Again, I feel this could be the Emperor's energy, because the Emperor, I feel, was sabotaged by a bunch of these other people. That we have a lot of real like head of whatever energy, you know, head of, like, this could be the head of the CIA, the head of the FBI, the head of you know, countries, like that kind of energy, and everybody putting their 2 cents in. It's a lot of energy. We have God, though, as coming in as the ultimate authority, and this is the happiest card in the deck. So I feel like on a personal level, whatever is happening with the Emperor with this situation, it's coming to some sort of resolution, because he stayed on his destined path regardless of this. He didn't let this other energy push him around, which is quite a feat, because this is a lot of energy, like, and people that are, you know, at the top of their game, that kind of energy. People that in the past have been very successful. And so, but this child is, this is saying we're all children of God, and God is the ultimate ruler of the earth. And this energy is the banner of this energy of being, when you're on your destined path, when you're on God's path, there's no need for rains, there's no need for fear. That's this energy here, because as long as you stay on your destined path, look at the sunflowers are all turning to the sun, and the sun represents God's energy. We have another knight coming in now, and the knight here is coming in with information, and this is exactly the energy that you do not want to be in when you're in the fire horse energy for the coming year. This is impulsive. It can be an energy of a fool rushing in. He only has half the information. We can't even see the point of his information. That's the energy. And his horse is even totally stressed out. This is like a horse that grabbed the bit in its mouth and it took off. And or he's driving this horse, and it's barren land and they're against the wind. This is talking about someone who is I feel like this person is running from God's judgment, basically, and has only, you know, like, he's trying to escape this judgment coming in. This could again be this energy here, you know, whatever happened here with the Emperor. Really, really wild energy. Yeah, then we have, there was heartbreak here, and a heartbreaking decision, a potentially heartbreaking decision had to be made. This can represent a lot of gossip, a lot of harsh words, a lot of embarrassment because of being a public figure, and the energy of a third person driving a stake in between the two people here. It can be that kind of energy. So let's see, let's keep going here. We have, okay, this card can also represent, though, healing from this energy. This is about forgiveness and healing. If you consider like the subconscious mind, which is the thoughts we have from when we're a child, a baby, and then the unconscious mind, which is our soul's needs, and the conscious mind, which is our own experiences, all coming together, being congruent and being plugged into the heart's desires, then we can move forward. And now we have the Knight of Cups coming in. And look at how the Knight of Cups is coming in. This is the energy again of the Emperor on his path with a healed heart now, offering a cup of love. So this energy, or it's the King of Cups coming forward with a cup of love. And this was his energy of being sabotaged, which is possible also. They all could have been sabotaged. We don't know for sure, but there's a lot of different variations coming in of the story. But this row here represents, like, this is what's happening, the obstacles, the courage to face it, and your heart's desires. So someone is coming in with a cup of love. It doesn't have to be this energy. It could still be this Emperor, because out of all of these from the beginning, it feels like the Emperor was the only one that is on his destined path and is sticking to it no matter what. So we'll see, who is this cup of love from? It doesn't have to be from the King of Cups. This is the Knight in Shining, or the Knight in Shining armor that is bringing in this cup of love. So it's usually a very genuine offer. Sometimes it's an apology when the Knight of Cups comes in like this. Oh, and then look at this. So this is talking about a healed heart. I do feel this is the Emperor energy, actually, coming in with, and maybe, like, we don't really have someone that they're offering the cup of love to, which is really interesting. It's a bunch of men vying with each other, like, you know, it's that, or not necessarily men, because the kings can be females in their masculine energy. It's a lot of masculine energy here. But I feel like there's something about this. And so this can represent the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind being hung on the wall and looking for peace of mind. So this person is going into the church and meditating and going inward to find the answers. And this is about being in meditative prayer by going inward, which is what Jesus taught us to do. Go inward and find the answers within yourself. This is talking about find God within you. And then this is talking about the word Pax is on this stained glass window. So Pax represents the word, P-A-X means peace. So this is talking about this person wanting peace of mind and going inward to make sure that he has a healed heart now, and maybe he's waiting for the answer. He's sitting right here on this the happiest card in the deck, and that reflects the energy around the cards, particularly closest to it. So this energy is talking about a happy outcome. So what is this? We have energy here of, I feel it represents this energy here, that this is juggling, and someone who's very busy multitasking and juggling pentacles. And look at this information. What is the magician saying about this? The magician is pointing to this information about the pentacles coming in with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords running from this information. That's this sneaky energy here. And now this pentacle energy is coming in, and I feel like this is saying someone was juggling. Not only they're more, like this card says, it's about multitasking, but it's also talking about juggling options. And this card says juggle your options, but never juggle your morals. And so this energy is talking about this disappointment in love. So someone in the past was juggling their morals, and they might have cost the Emperor, because he's sitting right on this energy here. He might have left someone because not only did they cheat on him, and it might have even been with someone really high up, you know what I mean? Like someone like, and then a baby with, oh, there's baby energy. I don't even want to get into that, what that's about. So this is saying juggle your options, not your morals. and someone did. And so that's coming in. It's talking about this money coming in for the Emperor, I feel. We have this relationship that the Emperor wants to get into is the relationship that he has always wished for. And so this is talking about, this could be the past. Like these 9 cups here say this person is highly favored to get what he wants, but he has to stay in the game. He has to stay focused. And that's why he's gone inward, because he is in this energy of a healed heart and wanting to offer a cup of love to someone. That's what he feels is missing in his life. At the same time, I feel this information is finally come in about who is juggling his pentacles along. And I feel like his lover, whoever this was that he was disappointed, was not only juggling his love, like and their morals by being in a third-party relationship. They may have created a baby out of wedlock through that, and also they may have been juggling his pentacles, and so this is like wanting all of this back. This is talking about everything he ever wished for. And these 9 cups are like either above his head, saying this is happening now, it's happened in the past, they're behind him, or they're forward and he's sitting back. And you notice his energy from his bottom of his body is very similar to this, but his hands now are lower. He's not crossed over, this energy is not up high, crossed over his heart. Now he's in the sign of an infinity symbol. I'm getting this is he's saying, I'm back in the game. I'm very focused. I want my pentacles back. I want my, I have a new lover. I've healed my heart. I'm ready to go. I'm strong. This is talking about, I have the world in my hands, basically. This is saying, I'm ready to expand my horizons. I'm ready to move forward. I am taking this step. And it could be, again, like starting to he's clearly interested in someone. And he's going to move into that relationship with a healed heart, and it's talking about it being a different world. And remember, we had the World card here. Now this could be someone that he knows from his past, but I'm getting it's not someone he's had a relationship with as of yet. So really, really interesting energy. This is like big fish in a little pond. And look at, this is the Ace of Wands is talking about a passion for new discovery. It's a gift that comes in from God in the universe. And this is like, again, feeling like that energy of, wanting to tackle new projects again and feeling really on top of his game, back into his real energy. We have from the bottom to the top. In the past, there's this conception here. It caused a major transition. That's that reality check energy coming in. And I feel like the eclipse season that we're going through right tonight while I'm doing this reading, we have this blood moon, that this energy is shedding light on the situation, and finally he's able to heal from the situation and he's ready to move forward now. And he wants to offer a cup of love to someone else. He feels like he has the world in his hands and he wants to expand his horizons, and he's feeling very passionate. He feels the partner that he's always wished for, someone that he can count on, that won't juggle his heart, basically, is what's coming up. And that this card here is talking about having gone inward here, after having a closed mind and only being able to see 2 ways here. You see, we've got this on top of this. And so now he sees the third option coming in. Interesting. So we have, and then again, here it is. Okay, I'm ready to move forward. And he doesn't care about the competition down here at all. He's as far as he's concerned, these are, he's the alpha male and these are betas, and he could care less. But this is saying that this could be a reconciliation with someone that he hasn't seen for quite some time, at least a decade, but it could be even from his childhood, that kind of energy. Yeah, really, it's a different reading. It's talking about a lot of energy of what's happening in the world. I am going to go ahead and clarify this. This is going to be a bit longer of a reading, But if you are getting off here and you feel like, oh, I have an understanding of this, this is as much as I need, please do give it a like and comment if you've enjoyed it. Consider subscribing if you resonate. I'd be honored if you did so. And I'm going to move forward now and clarify with my oracle, Tales from the Vector, TAILS, from thevector.com. So or that's my website. So the numbers that are on these cards represent the numbers of the paintings. I did 64 of them over the last 19 years, basically. They're very big paintings, some of them. And they have, they're from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. There's a lot of different energies in them. I will list them in the order they come up here. And the numbers on these cards represent the paintings as they're listed in my gallery. So let's clarify with this oracle now. And let's see what is this, what is here for the average person, basically. And also, like, how do we handle this huge amount of energy coming our way right now? As you know, it's a very, very volatile time on planet Earth. Okay, so we have the High Priestess energy. It's saying, okay, the High Priestess sits next to God. She's on the right side of his throne, and the High Priestess is, she follows her intuition. She is very intuitive, and she understands the cycles of the moon. And so her energy is coming in and saying, make sure you use your intuition as well as your logic, especially when it comes to love. The intuition is more about feeling than being logical about situations of love. We have the Taurus energy coming in here. So Taurus is the second sign in the zodiac, and it represents toddler energy. You know, toddlers are adorable and lovable, but they can be like a bull in a china shop. And if they don't get what they want and they have to share, oh Lord, they can throw a temper tantrum. So this is talking about learning how to give and receive in life, and understanding and this Taurus is ruled by Venus. And Venus is the energy of love. It's really interesting. We don't have a feminine energy anywhere in here in this reading. This is all talking about the masculine energy, battling it out. And yet we have a situation of love here. So I'm not sure quite what that's about. We'll see if some more information comes up. I want to make it just clear, though, in my readings, when horoscope signs coming up, I'm not saying a Taurus did this or whatever sign it is that individual. What I'm saying is I'm looking at the state of being of each of the signs. We have a little bit of each sign in us, and we can use that energy and learn from it. So each of the horoscope signs has their special quality that they bring into the world. So this is about the give and take. And we're in a situation right now where it would be good if we learned quickly here how to get along, basically. We have lack of awareness. I just want to say, use your intuition, because these might be in an individual reading, be clear to you, but that I just want to make it clear that's not my intention. My intention is for all of us in this general collective reading to be able to learn from the energies. So lack of awareness is a karmic space that any human being could easily fall into, and the danger of lack of awareness is missed opportunities. And also, like look at this right here. Like right here, if you weren't aware of what was going on behind your back, look at what can happen. There's a lot of sneaky energy here. The Hierophant is talking about traditional structure coming in to clean this up. And that's coming all the way from God himself. Like, this is coming on the spiritual realm. And remember, I said the Hierophant has his hand in the form of a blessing. And that's what this individual has also. And so if this is the Emperor energy here, in some ways, this is a blessing in disguise, because it woke him up to a lot of this energy. And perhaps he has been able to get along with these other leaders from other countries and get along with, like, you know, whatever it is in the corporations, or this is high up energy. And the traditional structure has served everybody, but right now it's not working in the same way. And we have dissensions. So with friends like this, who needs enemies? It could be talking about this situation and like this situation. So I feel like this energy here could involve the Emperor's lover. And I feel like this energy involved, like I'm picking up a lot of scenarios that are coming from the Epstein files here, but it would just be hearsay. Basically, I'm not going to get into it. We have the Hermit. So again, the Hermit travels to the top of the mountain to isolate and get into this meditative state so he can get close to God and figure out, okay, what is it that I need to do? When the Hermit's lantern is full of the light of the North Star, then he comes down from the mountain and he implements that. In my oracle, this is actually called the Journeyman painting, and it's a hawk, like dragon, and he's sitting at the top of a totem pole. But the totem pole is kind of from another time and space, because it's the three monkeys, and they're speak no ego, see no ego, hear no ego. And so, and with each of the baby dragons, and this is a baby dragon, there's an angel, and the angel that is with this dragon is a First Nations angel. This painting is, the location is Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada, actually. And the light of the lantern is the Aurora Borealis, which is also known as the Northern Lights, when the sky lights up with all those beautiful spectrums of color. And so this energy is talking about this, I feel like the Saturn energy that we're in right now, of real deep, we're in like the guts of humanity right now, and all of this energy is bubbling up to the surface, unknown shift that we have to deal with now. The perception is the grass was greener on the other side, and then the person finds out it was fake. It's this kind of energy, and this is the energy. I feel that, again, that this is whoever the Emperor's partner was involved in this energy in sabotaging him. And so, yeah, it's a deep energy. We have the Pisces energy coming in. Now, Pisces energy, we're talking about the senior executive. This is the very last sign in the horoscope. And the significance is on this tonight, this Pisces energy is opposing the energy of the Virgo energy. And the Pisces energy is more idealistic and dreamy. But the thing is that Pisces is ruled by Neptune and Saturn. And Neptune was in Pisces energy for 14 years. And it just moved out of Pisces energy a short while ago. And now Neptune is now in the sign of Aries, in the newborn energy, like totally opposite energy, a newborn from the senior executive. And the Neptune was very comfortable in Pisces because that rules the Piscean energy. But now it's in the sign of Aries, and Aries is talking about having to learn how to deal with this energy in a new way again. And Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is a much more aggressive planet. And so this is, and then Saturn last week joined Neptune in Mars as well. So that's why this is very significant astrologically. Again, if you want to go to that playlist of the new moon, full moon, I talk about it more there. We have, again, talking about this moon energy is very intense right now. You'll see a lot of information online right now about this energy coming in. There's a lot of prophecies in the Bible regarding this time that people feel it's, the blood moon that's happening tonight. And we're definitely having a lot of shift on the planet. So this is manifesting from the Earth Star perspective. This is from the sacral chakra. And again, we have this energy coming in where I feel there could have been a baby conceived here. We have the world. It's saying, again, a whole new world. Once this emperor heals and is ready to move forward, his world changes and he's ready to move forward in this new way. We have the Scorpio energy coming in here. So Scorpio is talking about producing again. Scorpio is considered the sexual gladiator of the horoscope signs. And it's talking a lot about transition and rebirth and the really significant energy, and ruled by Mars and Pluto. So this energy, at its best, it's about elevating people and uniting people, but at its worst, it can be about using that energy to conquer. And then we have the guiding star energy coming in. Again, this is talking about being on your divine path, guided by the North Star, which is your North Node energy, represented in my oracle as the Northern Lights in that painting. We have the energy of Sagittarius coming in as well here. So Sagittarius is basically that fire horse energy that just came in on the 17th of February. And this is talking about wanting a new adventure and the world changing in a significant way. Lots happening all over the world, a lot of expansion happening. And then we have the energy of destruction. Yeah, so there's a lot of energy, and we're seeing that in the world right now. So the destruction, some people are looking at this as progress, like it's a necessary evil, and some people are really feeling the opposite. This is a lot of energy, and this is basically saying this is what we're dealing with on this planet at this time. But God does have a plan, and so the best thing we can do, if you're getting overwhelmed by this energy, breathe and go inward and calm yourself down. If you meditate, meditate. If you pray, pray. If you do both, do both. Never could be a better time to be calm. This is not a time for impulsive action, and it's not a time to be judging people based on half the story kind of energy. So I do hope you have received something of quality from this reading. It's got a lot of impact here. I'm gonna sit on this for a while and maybe meditate on it myself. Please do like and comment it if you've been getting value from this, if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you resonate. I would be honored if you did so. And I will be back with another daily tale from the vector for you tomorrow. Bye for now.